Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I know it's been a while since I did some content on this game, but you'll notice I have created somebody special. We no longer have the S tier Aspen, but we have the S tier Mockman instead, and oh boy, is it a pretty copy. Not exactly the Awaken I want, but that's what hammers are for. We'll get there. We have some in like 2 or 3 days, I think, so that'll be cool. So we're just gonna look at some gameplay, the new account. I do still have an Aspen, who, by the way, if we take a look here, Cloud Island, and then we can take Mockman out of the house, and then if we look here at slot 2, he can be one hell of a tenant if we decide we want to use Aspen for Star Expedition, which we probably will, but I want to experiment with the Mockman. You saw he was 63 million attack, and that is obviously with a rather poor home. You'll notice we have no destiny on SFX because hers is only level 2. We need 2.5 core chests still to get that maxed out, so we'll get that when we get that. And we'll notice we also have no tree levels on here. That is because I am conserving Stellar until we get Destiny on SFX, and I decide to regress the ones I'm going to regress and to keep the ones I'm going to keep. Not too sure yet. Ignore the LDA. I built him in preparation. I suspect he will be useful against Boss 4. It is just an inkling that I have. But we'll see about that when we get there. I'm not too sure, though. So, what we're going to do now is I'm still stuck on 745. I imagine this will be a pretty easy clear whenever we get Giant Killer back on the Mockman. Just because we can look at the damage here real quick. We're going to put my team in. The team I'm going to use probably going to look something like this. And then we'll use that pet, and then we'll put that there, and then we will put SSM right there. And we're just going to wait until he gets an active off. That is non-giant killer damage, which is absolutely ridiculous. He is cranking out the type of damage that you would expect, or that I was getting with my S tier Aspen, which is entirely ridiculous. And that Aspen had 2 Destiny tenants, whereas this guy has 1. So this will be a pretty awesome clear whenever I get here, or whenever I roll a good roll on my hammers. So we'll go for Giant Killer to fire, and then probably some extra bonus stats. Look at that PDE went more than halfway down already, so even just Giant Killer would have finished that the rest of the way. Not to mention Defier and Hunter's Focus and whatever else I'll be using. So this account is making me very happy very quickly. This was 65k SG, which I don't think is that bad for a copy of this quality. It's just that Mockman's not very popular right now. So the deals are pretty good. Meanwhile, Aspens are going for like 90 to 100, depending on the roll. But yeah, I think I lucked out here. Pretty happy about it. So we're just going to go over here to the Void Horde, and then we will check out some cool stuff. I'm on depth 9, waiting for one of these guys to lose their protection so I can attack them. We'll see when that'll happen. But anyway, we had some really cool fights go on here. I'm using the Dragon Rui on TVB, so that helps, obviously. SSM is an absolutely brutal PvP hero now. Whereas Aspen kind of struggled there. That's sort of where he has a hard time, aside from everything that's not a boss battle and or Star Expedition, which feels bad for Aspen users. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with Brownie, but he was a pretty substantial Mockman user in the community. Although I don't think he plays anymore, just because I don't think he approved of where the game was headed. I don't want to take any words out of his mouth, though, so maybe if you can talk to him if you want an actual answer. But yeah, I don't think he plays anymore, so if possible, I hope to fill the Mockman gap for the community here. Having some wins against some pretty substantial accounts, which does make me happy. Oh yeah, yeah, he's just gorgeous, and the reactive damage that he has, like for his Destiny skill, it's entirely absurd. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm incredibly happy with this, and the roles that I would accept on him are actually pretty large, at least for the time being, because there are lots of game modes that I want, and lots of game modes require lots of different roles. So the quad offensive, Giant Killer, and Defier are the only two that I need for sure, and then I would accept Hunter's Focus, Skill Damage, Holy Damage, Armor Break. Maybe even crit if it comes with Hunter's Focus, but we'll have to see about that. And then also I would accept Twine Immunity for Void Campaign when there's a rare TVB, such as right here, and of course in PvP. And then I would accept a Stun Immunity as well for, where is it? Where do I need Stun Immunity? It's right, nope, not right here. It is in the tower. No, it's not. It's in Seal Land, the third one. Trial of Elimination. Yeah, there we go. 3 more stages to clear there. Stun immunity would help because the dragon doth stun us. So that's rather annoying. But yeah, like I said, the heroes that I have for him right now is his tenants. Most of them, save HHA, are not fully realized yet. So we'll need to tree level Forces. We'll need to tree level. Who is it? Eloise. I picked up some pretty awesome copies of their Awakens. Or I picked up good B minus copies, and then I awakened them to max B. Taking them to B plus gets bad value. And then, of course, SFX needs to be Destiny leveled as soon as physically possible. As soon as I get more cores for her, I have, yeah, so I have 1 core chest worth, half of one, and then I need 2.5 more to round this out. I'm not sure how we're going to make that happen, but it'll happen eventually, of course. 2 cores collecting dust in the bag, Luna and SWJ. I can use this eventually whenever I have the Stellar and Destiny materials to build up an SWJ while also not sacrificing the LFA for Star Expedition, although I may test out Mockman when the time comes. I'm a bit into this power system here. I finished the first one and then just waiting to idle this stuff, which, by the way, if you are a mid-spender, I would recommend at least unlocking this because you can't farm this material right here, the little stuffed animal toy. And it's a corollary for the other 2, whatever they're called, Life Star illustrated books, or for Deep Pupils and for Holy Flame. You can't farm their third currency until you actually unlock this. So if you are a mid-spender, I would recommend unlocking the system just by getting, where is it? These chests here, the ones that look like this, the rewards from events. So just if you're going to spend a little bit, get that as soon as possible so you can begin farming the idle resource. And then from there you can continue your free-to-play idleness. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to what this guy can do. When we get the soul symbols and when we get all the stuff necessary to build up the tenants, I'm expecting this to be a nice, clean, probably 75 to 80 million attack, which will be gorgeous. In the meantime, I'm going to be rolling hammers and then also getting some soul power here because he can hold a fair bit more. 5578 is where this caps, which is a little bit higher than what my Aspen could. He could hold 5555, so just like, I don't know, 23 more soul power this guy can hold until I upgrade him, which will require an S tier food, which will be not the cheapest thing, but maybe worth it. We'll see. I'm not really sure. We'll wait for another gala whenever the S tiers are cheap probably around Black Friday is my guess. But yeah, this is what the account looks like. We will be keeping LFA and SSM as dual Nirvana when I unlock my second Nirvana hero, which hopefully is sooner rather than later, considering Boss 4 is allegedly going to be coming out this month. But we shall see about that. Anyways, one last thing, Treasure Train, of course. Bam, 11 million, 11.4 million attack, so basically free to play. Just kidding. Yeah, obviously not. But yeah, that's the account for now. I'm going to put SQH in a home eventually, just so she's easy to make outspeed. And then the rest will be history. And we'll progress as progression demands. Anyway, have yourselves a good day. I hope you are looking forward to some Mockman content in a sea of Aspens and DTVs. We will see how it goes. And with that, have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.